Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Without you guys. Damn. That was a tough loss. That's one of those ones that would have been a great story for Garrett Gilbert. But you know what? I'm actually happy for Garrett Gilbert, journeyman quarterback. You know, he got a chance. He had an opportunity. Dude threw for, 243 yards, touchdown. He had one interception. For a guy who had only thrown 6 passes in his NFL career, he played pretty damn well. And, there's no disgrace to us losing that game. I know it sucks. We had the thing that bothers you about this game is we had chances. We had chances to win, but mistakes killed us. You know, all of these unnecessary roughness penalties in the end gave Pittsburgh opportunities. But I'm sitting here actually feeling good. I know people say it's loser talk and all that. You know, when you can't win, you're looking for moral victories. Well, the reality is this was the best outcome you could actually really want if you're talking about trying to win Super Bowls. We played and showed some guys that can actually play football. That we, after having such a terrible start to the season, after losing so many players, that we still competed. You know, you look at Garrett Gilbert, I think he's just earned a spot on the roster for the future. You look at him and say, okay, you know what, he can be a backup quarterback because he actually showed quite a bit of moxie out there. The guy was cool in the pocket. You know, he had people all over him. And he was going against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense that was pretty damn good. The offensive line, they had some good spots, and they had some, they opened some holes from time to time. Had other times where the blocking just wasn't there. And you look at this and say, we've lost so many starters. I mean, Zeke Elliott, Lyle Collins, those guys. You know, we've lost, our starting quarterback, and we're down to our 4th string quarterback. Our defense has been horrendous. And we were a 14-point underdog at home. We had no right to even consider thinking about being in a game against a team that's 7-0 with Ben Roethlisberger. But yet here it went down to the end as a loss. But this loss, in the grand scheme of things, to me, like I said, you look right now, you're looking and saying, okay, we got some dogs out there. We got a lot of mistakes. We got a lot of youth that needs to learn. But you can't tell me that Randy Gregory isn't going to be a baller. As long as he can stay on the field, we can't have the unnecessary roughness penalties. But the guy is out there making plays. He's making plays. Gilmore, the Canadian bulldozer. Okay? I'm sorry, I cannot. You can say the name properly to me 10 times in a row, and I'm sorry, I just cannot get it right. There's certain words that no matter how many times I hear it, how many times I say it, I'm still going to mess it up. So just bear with me, okay? He showed a push in the middle like we haven't seen very often. I'm still trying to understand why we took him out on a lot of downs and we're playing Tyrone Crawford, Crawdaddy, I love you, buddy. But he ain't getting it done anymore. He's not getting it done. Gallimore, I look at him and saying, that guy, when he puts on a little bit more of that man weight and gets some more ability, that guy is like a freight train. He made some plays in there that you were like, whoa. That hit on Ben Roethlisberger, whoa. You look and say, okay. And you think about Tristan Hill, who got injured. You say, okay, he showed a little bit. And Randy Gregory, you see D-Law with the help on the other side. You say, okay, that guy's coming along again. You see Aldon Smith. We'll find out if we re-sign him at the end of the year. But you look at him and say, okay, that front's better than we thought it was. Now we need some help. We need some help at linebacker. I don't know what happened to Jalen Smith. Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods, somebody called him a spinning top. I've never seen a safety lose so many players that literally a guy's got a ball coming at you and you're running the other way and you're like looking over your shoulder. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on there. But for us to lose that game actually ends up being a lot. Because if we're ultimately talking about getting this team turned around, the way the Dallas Cowboys have gotten most of their talent, it's always been through the draft. We've never been very good at picking free agents. We just haven't. For every Aldon Smith that we get, we end up getting we get 5 Dontari Poes. It's just the thing, it's just what we don't do. We hit on draft picks, and we need as many draft picks as possible. After seeing the last 2 games, I feel more hopeful about the team, knowing that if we get a Tyron Smith, a La'el Collins back, and a Dak Prescott, knowing that if we have draft picks that we can get a swing tackle that can help fill in if Tyron Smith isn't ready or can't play like he usually doesn't. That maybe we also get another guard, to upgrade, say, Connor Williams. And look and see a guy like Tyler Badass and say, okay, he's a guy that we can definitely look to count on in the future. That maybe we go ahead and we get a true safety, not somebody's, has been, not some guys that are late round draft picks, that we get a stud safety out there or 2, another defensive lineman. We can do that in the draft. And because we lost that game, we're in the number 3 spot right now for the draft. We had an exciting game. I know we lost, but in the end, it might be a win. Number 3. You got the Jets and the Jaguars ahead of us right now. I don't know if it'll hold up that way. Quite frankly, if we play like we did tonight, we should beat the Eagles. We should beat Washington. We should beat the Giants. It gives me hope against those guys at least. But right now at number 3, I know a lot of you guys will say, well, maybe we can get Justin Fields or maybe we get, Trevor Lawrence or something like that if something happens. I'm telling you, if we're in that position, the best thing is we trade back, man. This draft's loaded. We get as many picks as we can. If we can trade back, say still get a top 10 pick for somebody to get in there and take the quarterback, pick ourselves another second, hey, I can look at the draft and say, okay, here's what I want. I want either the best tackle, edge rusher, or safety. If there is a true great safety, and I look at this and say that there's a lot of great safeties that are usually picked in the second round, I'm getting tackle. With that second round pick, I'm getting a safety. With our other second round pick, which is almost right now, it's 35th pick, I'm getting a defensive lineman. And then I've got 2 third round picks. And maybe another one if we end up getting enough compensation for that number 1 pick. I get Dak Prescott back. All of a sudden, we can go from worst to first like that. We can reload with draft picks. Because here's the great thing. As we look at guys that have been, taking a lot of cash, like Jalen Smith, like Tyrone Crawford, like La'el Collins and things like that. If we get a great tackle in the draft, guess what? He's only costing you a couple million a year. If we get a great young edge rusher, guess what? He's only costing you a couple million a year. We get another linebacker. He's only costing us maybe $1 million a year. This is how you get this team together and not have to worry about paying the bills. This draft, potentially, if you have a top 3 draft pick, you could be looking at having 13, 14 picks. Right now, I believe we have 10 or 11. You follow what I'm saying? I feel better about what I saw tonight, knowing if I get Dak back, if I can get this defense to stop making bonehead mistakes, if I can get a safety in here who's not a whirlybird around there letting people just keep going right past them, all of a sudden, this team turns it around. I may be crazy, but at this point, I'm feeling a little bit better about the coaching staff, and I'm feeling a little bit better about some of the players. Some of them I realize just ain't worth it. They're just not worth it. But I'm hopeful that, if we can stay in that position or move up a little higher, you fix this team in one off season. All right, y'all. It's been a long day. And, you know. Appreciate all of you guys being here and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I will see you guys first thing in the morning. Hope you guys have a great day. Keep hope alive and be safe. Oh, turn out the light first. Peace out. Turn off the lights. This party's over. The flames don't want to end. Call it the night. This party's over. And tomorrow and the next year starts the same old thing. Good night, everybody. Peace.